All right, what up, YouTube? It's been a minute since I've been on live, and I actually been wanting to get on here because damn, what am I to start at? No, I ain't even gonna go there. I was gonna hit y'all with some more vaccine stuff I was talking about, but I think I'd have hit on that enough. Actually, I'm gonna just go ahead and this shouldn't even be too long as a matter of fact, but I got two verses I gotta go into today, and right now I'm still in the book of Psalm. I'm in Ezekiel, and then I just left Hebrew, so now I'm in James. No, matter of fact, yeah, I'm still in James. Thought I was in Peter, but I'm in Psalm, Ezekiel, and James. And so in Ezekiel, I just left out of Lamentations and Jeremiah, and I seen something, and I want to show y'all real quick. So I'm gonna go to Jeremiah real quick, and I'm finna just tell y'all something real quick. The first time I read the Bible through, the first two times I read it in a New International Version. So it's a little bit different than the King James version. Like the King James version is kind of like the Shakespeare language and all that, but the New International version is the up to date language and all that, so we can understand it a little better. And that's kind of why that ain't why I read it because I understand the Shakespeare language, but I just wanted to. I thought it really was updated for a reason so that we could understand it better, not just by the language, but in case like it was some mistranslations in the King James version in the past. But either way, though, like I said, I just got out of Jeremiah and Lamentations. And so in Jeremiah, this is what I've seen since I'm reading the King James version. Because the first two times I read, I told you I read it in the New International Version, and now I'm reading in the King James version. And so Jeremiah 14, this is what I'm gonna start at. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go to two. I might as well just read one, two. But I'm finna show y'all something real quick. I'm gonna read the New International Version. I'm gonna read the King James Version too. I'm gonna read the King James Version first. Jeremiah 14, starting at 1, it says, The word of the Lord came to Jeremiah concerning the dearth. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground, and the cry of Jerusalem is grown up. So again, verse 2 said, Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground. So right there, that shows you right there, the Bible is letting you know that the Jews are black, black into the ground, like the dirt of the ground. You see what I'm saying? But like I said, when I first read through, I was reading the New International Version, and this is what it say. Well, let me go to Jeremiah 14 real quick. All right, so I go to yeah, that's the New International Version. Jeremiah 14:2. Y'all see right here? It says, Judah mourns, her cities languish. They wail for the land, and the cry goes up from Jerusalem. It don't say nothing about the Jews being black in the New International Version. That's what I noticed. And these whole versions that they done updated, everything that mentioned the Jews being black, they took that out in these new versions. You see what I'm saying? And I'm finna get into why I think they did that. I mean, we know why they did that because they don't want us knowing that the real Jews black and all that. But either way, though, I'm finna I'm gonna get into that real quick. But let me just finish this real quick though. But right here we see that they are blackened to the ground. I just showed y'all. This is what it said in the King James version, and then in the New International version, they took that out. They ain't want us knowing that. So when I got finished with Jeremiah, I went into Lamentations and I was reading that. And then Lamentations 5:10 says, now let me go ahead and just should I just read this? No, I'm gonna just go ahead and read 5:10. Let me just read a little bit before that. I'm gonna just read 5:9. I'm gonna go into 10. But hold on. Before I get into that, I ain't gotta do all that. But 5:9 says, We got our bread with the peril of our lives because of the sword of the wilderness, right? And then 5:10 says, Our skin was black like an oven because of the terrible famine. Now I keep telling y'all, we ain't really black, but we can get black. When we sit in that sun, we get black. And obviously, if you become sick enough, we can literally turn black. Caucasians who they claim are the real Jews over there right now, they don't ever turn black. They can never turn black. They'll turn red. They can even turn blue sometimes, almost purple if they hold their breath too long or something like that. But they can never turn black. We the only ones who can turn black, and that's why we and they call us black. But either way, though, Lamentations 5:10 again says, Our skin was black like an oven because of the terrible famine. All right, and so now I'm gonna show y'all what the New International Version said, because I told y'all they taking all this out. The New International Version says, Our skin was hot as an oven, feverish from hunger. So they took black out once again and they tried to translate black to being hot. And then I started thinking about this because with Jeremiah 14:2, they took that out and they can kind of get away with it. They can kind of lie and say this translation equals this or this mean that or whatever. But they can't lie about this in limitation. Matter of fact, they lied, but they can't get away with this lie right here. Because I'm finna show y'all something real quick. How we know they've been pretty much messing with our Bible, taking out everything to show who we are up in here. So I'm finna show y'all again. Lamentations 5:10 said our skin is hot as an oven in the new international version, but in the King James version, it said our skin was black as an oven because of the terrible famine, right? So I just started thinking, like, all right, if you're going through a famine, right? You ain't got enough food to eat. You ain't getting all your nutrients. I mean, all your nutrients and all that stuff. You probably your skin probably not gonna become hot because if you ain't getting the nutrients, if you ain't getting your phosphorus, your magnesium, your potassium, and especially your iron, you're gonna become anemic. You're gonna get cold. So our skin turning black. Well, my bad. The new international version, our skin turning hot as an oven, feverish from hunger, don't even make sense. And I'm finna go ahead and just prove it with their own words because they can't keep getting away with this. But I'm gonna go here real quick. So I just Googled malnutrition and anemia, right? And then what came up was this article on this site called Medical News Today. And hold on, this come from some doctor, Kevin Martinez or whatever. And let me just go through the rest of it real quick. Let me just find the word I'm looking for. Whatever, it's too many up in here. But either way, though, let me go back. Yeah, matter of fact, I'm gonna just read this little thing right here that comes up on Google. The first little passage right here. It says nutritional deficiency anemia is a common problem. Not fever, but nutritional deficiency anemia is a common problem. It occurs when the body is not absorbing enough iron, like I just said, folate or vitamin B12 from the diet. The issue may be that the diet is insufficient or that an underlying medical condition or treatment is interfering with the body's ability to absorb these nutrients. You see what I'm saying? So, and even if you go down here right now, they said they talking about the coronavirus stuff, this whole COVID-19, all this stuff. Even they own people who dealing with this stuff. The World Health Organization says that anemia is an indicator of both poor nutrition and poor health. So once again, how they updated it in a new international version, our skin turning hot because we uh, nu- uh deficient in our nutrients because of a famine don't even make sense. If anything, our skin gonna turn cold. So like I'm saying, this ain't the only thing. I forgot the other verse I was gonna hit at though, but those the two I definitely seen since I just got up out of Jeremiah Lamentations, like I said. But yeah, this is what I'm saying though. We can see how in the King James version, and like I said, I'm gonna get into that real quick. Why they doing all this? But we can see how like in the King James version, how they took everything that said we was black, they took that out, and then they tried to translate it to something else. And that's how you know the Bible is real. If they got to keep doing all this, then they scared of us figuring this out. I ain't saying scared like because we just planning like a violent revolution or something like that. But with how, as a matter of fact, like I said before, with that Army of the Dead movie, when that Caucasian girl had on the all black, I had to pause the video to look on the back of that shirt, and on the back of the shirt it said anarchy, chaos, and all that. With our communities being in anarchy and chaos and all that stuff, it's easy for them to exploit us and keep doing us how they doing us. So that could be one reason why they scared of us figuring out who we are, because they want us to stay stupid and pretty much be out here doing what we doing so they can know they can, pretty much get whatever they can from us because we ain't really in unison and pretty much, as a nation, how we should be, pretty much. So that's what I seen though out of Jeremiah and Lamentations. I seen twice that it said that the Jews were black, and like I said, when I read the Bible through the first two times, it was in a it was in a new international version. So I didn't see that we was black, and now I'm reading it in the King James version. I'm like, hello, this is the second time I just seen it. It said the Jews black back to back and all that. And like I said, the World Health Organization said that anemia is an indicator of both poor nutrition and poor health. And then it's medical news today saying the same thing. And whatever, you can just Google all this stuff. You can just Google malnutrition and anemia, and you're gonna see all the little articles that come up to show you what it is. And so I googled malnutrition and fever to see if I could be wrong. Like, could people get a fever from being malnourished? And no, it ain't that. If it was, I ain't gonna say Google would have it if it'd be on there, but I couldn't find one single article that was saying having a fever was a symptom of being malnourished. So, like I said, it don't even make sense. And once I got to thinking about it, and I just seen the juice, and then once I got to start thinking, like, hold on, if we malnourished, how we gonna have a fever when you ain't getting enough iron and all this stuff? That's most likely gonna cause you to become cold. And so, whatever. This really what I just wanted to hit y'all with, though. I just seen this and I want to show y'all that, but I wanted to wait till I put the music out though, because it's like every time I feel like every time I go live, when I want to put out some music, I just start chilling. I don't know why, and then I take all day about doing the music or whatever. But whatever. Like I said, this really I want to show y'all though, and as a matter of fact, I did a little bit more research though, and hold on real quick. Yeah, I did a little bit more research, like on this whole new international version stuff, and I was trying to see, like, when did it come out, like, and why they steady changing it like that and all that. And they say the new international version was originally published in 1973, and then the complete Bible was published in 1978. And so, like, again, like I said, like, I was wondering, like, what took them so long? Because the King James version, I think it came out like in 16 something, 60 the 1600s. And so, like, what took them 300 years to change this? And so you got to think about it like this: when we was in slavery, we weren't supposed to be reading, so they never had to even take this stuff out because they never thought we would be able to sit here and read this and figure this out. You see what I'm saying? So they never figured like they had to change the King James version. They like, these stupid niggas will never be able to read. We ain't got to take this out, whatever. And so, like I said, this the New International Version came out in the 1970s. And I was wondering, like, why was they doing all that? So I did a little bit more research, and I was, doing a little. Hold on, real quick. So I'm finna show y'all something else real quick. I'm gonna probably end with this. I think I forgot his name already. Okay, yeah, here it is. I did a little bit of research, and it says Frank Cherry. He was the first Hebrew. I ain't gonna say he was the first Israelite in America, but he started the first, pretty much, the Hebrew church in America, and that was right after slavery. And in 1886, he started the first Hebrew church. And so that's why I'm thinking like they started changing this new international version because once we start reading this Bible and figuring out who he was up in here, they start figuring like, dang, all these black people finna start talking about they Israelites and they this and they that. We got to start changing this, and that's why I think they start changing the new international version, from the King James version and all that. But like I said, that's really all I got though. I was just I'm doing my reading, and that's what I caught when I was reading. So I just want to show y'all that real quick and why I think they did it. And that's pretty much it though, so I ain't finna hold y'all too long. That's like I said, I had something else, but I can't remember. But the next time I do go live, if I remember it, I'll just put it up in there. But that's all I got. I'm out.